what you sort of notice is, and it was what I was trying to describe earlier, tilt doesn't have to be this getting angry and throwing things and storming away, or a huge shift in the ranges that a player's using. As a player moves up to these very highest stakes, usually the tilt is much more subtle. So they'll notice a very slight shift in their ranges when they're frustrated, or they'll play a session for slightly too long, or an online MTT player may play too many tables when they're tilted and they're chasing. So when I was working with low stakes and mid stakes players, it was the much more extreme examples of tilt. So, hey, Elliot, I've smashed my computer. Or, these sort of really big emotional outbursts, or I've jumped up in stakes and I've lost half of my bankroll in one afternoon. These things typically are happening at the lower and mid stakes. If someone manages to reach the highest stakes in poker, they have a good mental game, because you wouldn't get there unless you have actually resolved most of the issues. But with that being said, these subtle tilts when you're playing in the very, very high stakes games actually make even more difference when it comes to profitability, because the edges are so low. So we're talking about cash games where the technical edge is tiny, but if you can be the person who has the strongest mindset, you can have a significant advantage over the field. And you see this in the high pressure situations of, if we look at how Fedor plays when he's on a final table versus how someone with less experience will play in that situation. His control of his emotions and the fact that he's been there a number of times give a very significant advantage in that situation.